It's the hand my hero on war upon a Patrick Day. Patrick Day of the clown respect with his head erect as he marched along Broadway. Man in line looked half so quiet, my hero mother used to say, as my daddy gives in his old time list upon St. Patrick's
$68.5. Buy me 100 shares. 100 shares of steel. Very good. Thank you.
Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Okay.
Yes, Governor.
Jimmy, what's the matter with the water?
Oh, the plumbers must have it turned off. They're getting an estimate on the pipe.
Well, you tell the plumber to turn it off. I want to wash.
Yes, sir.
And 47.5. Tobacco, 153. United, 82.
Oh, plumbers. Mr. Plumbers.
Did somebody call?
Yes. Turn on the water. The boss wants to wash.
Why didn't he wash at home? How long will it be, Mac? We're about through. He can have it now. And say, you may as well tell him that these telephone booths are in a terrible shape.
Let's see. 5 rows of pipe. 5 rows there. And
what are you doing there?
I was just reading a wee bit of poetry.
Well, you better go down to the shop and do your reading there while I measure off the ground floor pipe.
All right, I'll take a 14th streetcar.
The streetcar? Since when did you quit walking, you Scotchman? Or did you find a gold mine?
No, I found a transfer.
You would find a transfer. And let me see. 5 rows of pipe that must run the full length of the room. Well, 5 times 3 is 15. 15. And start to measure from this end. 50, 30, 45.
59.5.
59 and a half. 59. 50. $50, $30, $45, $60, $75,
$87.58.
$87 and a half. 80. I wish these men had stopped gabbing so I can get my measurements here. These fellows can certainly pick out the most peculiar places to annoy a person. I swear it once more. 50, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150. 150, 135, 120.
Did you take my order for 150 cans?
Yes, sir, I got it.
That's fine.
Can I be of any service to you?
I'm figuring pipe.
How much did you want?
Oh, about 100.
Atlas pipe?
Sure, that's the only kind that's any good.
Very well, I'll have your order right in.
Hey, mister. Hey, Ted, you know, I always knew that you could buy automobile tires in a drugstore, but I never thought you could buy pipe in a place like this. Yes, a lot of men loaf around here, don't they?
Here you go, Mac. Make it snappy, will you? Say, the market's moving right along this morning.
Certainly is, Freddie. What are those men doing up there? Giving lessons in arithmetic?
There you are, Mr. Clancy. Here's your pipe.
Pipe? Call it pipe if you want to, but I call that paper.
That's your confirmation for your order for stock.
Stock? I don't want any stock. I want pipe. Lead pipe. L-E-D. Lead pipe. I'm a plumber.
Sorry, Mr. Clancy, and I thought you were putting in a buying order for stock.
No, I don't want any stock, and I wouldn't have it.
It's ordered. Thanks, Mac.
Okay.
It's all right, my error, but too bad. Since I put this order in, stock's gone up 2 points. You've made over $200 already.
$200? Wait a minute, hey. You mean to tell me that since I've been standing here, I made myself $200?
That's right. That is according to the present market quotation.
$200?
That is, if you don't cancel this order and give me your check for $750 to cover the margin.
Margin? What's margin?
Margin is this. You put up 20%. Then we put up the balance to carry the stock for you.
Oh, yes. That's just like the installment plan.
Yes, in a way.
Is this the way they make money in the stock market?
Well, this is one of the ways they do it.
One of the ways. Well. How long has this thing been going on?
Hello, Mac. Well, here are your samples. You've only 4 today.
Thank you.
I've been waiting 2 days for that sample of toothpaste.
Mac, you know I almost feel like a partner of yours.
Aye? How's that?
Don't you remember? 20 years ago, today you opened this store, and I started bringing in, and I've been coming, rain or shine, snow or sleet, ever since.
That you have. And to show my appreciation, take that sample home to your family.
Thanks.
Hello, Walker.
You seem mighty happy today.
I am, and I have very excellent reasons for being happy today.
Did you order the pipe?
I did, and it's gone up 2 points already.
You lost your mind?
No, I've just found it.
That's a blessing.
Mac, Jay's on a very smart man.
Since when?
Before I left Berry and Company this morning, I looked at the board, and my shrewd eye gazed upon Atlas pipe. And knowing that we use so much of it, I called to Freddie Saunders. You know, he's Berry's right-hand man. And I says, Freddie, order me 100 shares of that pipe, says I.
Aye?
And before he could hardly, that is right after he got in the order, stock went up 2 points.
It's pipe we're needing, not stock.
Yes, but it's a whole lot easier to earn money with your brains than it is wiping a joint.
Aye, but 'tis gambling and no good'll come of it. You'd better stick to plumbing.
You can call it gambling if you like, but you've got to give me credit for making the firm of Clancy and MacIntosh richer by $200.
The firm of Clancy and MacIntosh?
Yes, out of the goodness of my heart, I ordered the stock in the firm's name.
I'll hae no part of it. You had beginner's luck. Keep your winnings and let that be a lesson to you.
And listen to this. If I ever told anybody that you refused $100, they'd say you'd gone out of your head.
get the money to buy so much stock?
Well, as a matter of fact, it doesn't require a lot of money. It's a very simple reason that you buy on margin.
Margin? What margin?
Margin? You want me to tell you what buying on margin is? I'll do that. That's the way you buy your stock. As much, you don't pay as much for more stock that you would get if you paid the money that the stock was worth. Now do you understand?
No. Ye?
Well, then, I'll try and explain it to you, even so that you as a Scotsman will understand. Do you remember the time that Nora and I bought that piano for Katie from Levi and Goldberg?
I do that.
Well, all we had to pay for that piano from Levi and Goldberg was $10 a month. Then, we paid Levi and Goldberg $10 the second month, and the piano was still ours. Then the third month, we paid Levi and Goldberg $10 more, and we still own the piano. Now, in by buying on margin.
Where's the piano new?
Back at Levi and Goldberg.
Donald, my lad. You forgot to put the bread on.
Here it is, Ed, but you can't use it while it's all dried up. Look at it.
Do not throw it away. We'll toast it.
Well, here we are.
It's probably the Clancys. Let them in.
Hello, Mr. Clancy.
Hello, Daddy. How's the big architect?
Well, just full of plans. How are you, Mr. Clancy?
Fine, Donald.
Where's Katie?
She's down at the foot of the stairs, talking to a big, fine chunk of a boy. Say, she has more fellas than the YMCA.
I'm going to give your father a hand with the servants. A man has no place in the kitchen.
Ooh, look at the large peas there.
Come on in, Katie. What's the big idea in keeping me waiting?
Keeping you waiting. Is this your anniversary?
Well, if it was, I wouldn't allow children.
Oh, mister. Oh, congratulations. Many happy returns of the day.
Thank you, Katie.
Katie, darling, come in and help me with the food. All right, Mother. James, my cloak.
My, what a long tail our cat has got. Oh, scat yourself.
You brought your appetite with you.
I sure have. By Gary, I'm as hungry as a horse.
Why don't I think to order some hay?
You're feeling your oats today, ain't you?
Will you hay a wee drop?
I will that. You're a man after me own heart.
Aye, you're too good a man not to have a little Scotch in you. But 20 years old.
It's a little small for its age, ain't it? Take one yourself. That won't live long. Give me a chaser. That lands her very nicely. You know, the Scots may make it, but Macca takes the Irish to appreciate it.
Your appreciation is well developed.
Ha ha! 'Tis me that knows that. Oh, look here, Sandy Cloud has
There
cake.
it is.
Yes, and I can come right down with that,
All
Aggie.
right, now, wait a minute.
There, baby, I've got the spaghetti for the
Here.
ones that don't like cabbage.
There's your spaghetti, and here's your roast of meat. Put them right down there. By golly, I'm going to take my coat off and do a neighboring man's job on this.
Would
Now
you
make
like some
yourself
spaghetti?
comfortable.
Well, you got napkins and everything. Here's to me. Smart men are getting scared.
Oh, your smartness is in your wife's name.
Here's to the 20th anniversary of our partnership. May we have 20 years more.
We'll both drink to that. To you, Mac.
And to you, Macco.
And to your family.
And to yours.
And to theirs.
Michael, will you please sit down and eat the supper kettle cold?
All right. Well, I'll be Dr. Carver and the roast beef. Will you have some spaghetti?
Who wants some spud?
Want some roast beef over here?
Give me your plate and I'll give you a piece of meat on it.
Yeah, that's me. You want to eat hand over your plate.
Who wants some spud?
Want some roast beef over here?
Give me your plate and I'll give you a piece. I want
What do you like?
Will you have some of this meat, Aggie? Come on, hand over your plate.
Try some of my toast with
Get
gravy
your
on.
finger out of the spaghetti. All right, there it is. Right there it is. You may have plenty of it. Have plenty. All right. Oh, my word, was that? Say, I can't eat another bite. I couldn't eat another. Look, Mac, I'm about 3 feet over the building line here.
You gentlemen sit there and enjoy yourselves. Katie and I will wash up the dishes.
Do not do them tonight, Mrs. Clancy. Come over in the morning. You might spoil your pretty dress.
Sure, Michael promised to buy me a new one tonight. He's going to buy me one, too.
Certainly, there's nothing too good for him.
Well, plumbing business must be good.
It certainly is, Danny. Can you imagine getting $6 an hour for sleeping under a bathtub? But there is a lot of money to be made in pipe.
Well, I guess I'll go out on the roof garden.
Could I go with you?
Sure. I'm not particular.
Oh, neither am I. Oh, my, oh, my. I've eaten so much I'll have to diet.
What color?
Sure, you could stand a bit of weight.
Well, I am getting a little bit heavy here.
Yeah, you are getting a little broad across the narrows.
Come in. Hi, Mac. This is a surprise. Come in, gentlemen. We of the Caledonian Club have called to pay our respects and to congratulate you on the firm's anniversary. Well, it's not so nice of you to think of me. Mac, you know all the boys. Sure. Hello, Mac.
Hello, Mac.
Hello, Mac.
Hello, Mac.
How are you, Mac?
Hello, Mac.
Boys, I want you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Clancey, Mr. McPherson, Mr. McTavish, Mr. McDougall, and Mr. McGregor.
How are you, Mr. McGee? How are you, Mr. Mr. Mahook?
Mr. McFadden.
That name wasn't mentioned. How are you, Mac?
We thought we'd drop in and sing some of the old Hameland songs.
Well, before we start the massacre, don't you think we'd better step inside and wet your whistles?
Well, it's mighty generous of you. Aye, with my refreshment. But he's right, my lad. We Dr. Doris never hurt any man.
Remember, boys, the camels are coming.
Poof, bud.
Wouldn't you love to just go on living under a moon like this?
On a fire escape?
What a hot Romeo you are.
Traveling man was coming down to the station. He wanted to stay all night at the farmhouse. Well, the farmer says, I'm very sorry, but I only have the one room that my wife and I occupy. But he says, hey, you don't mind sleeping at the bath. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to give a toast to Sandy MacIntosh.
That's the 5th time you've dropped a toast to me, and I heard you the 1st time. Say, let's give him a song.
That's
Good.
what I
Old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet.
Haven't you ever been in love, Don?
What do you want to know for?
Oh, go on, tell me. What's she like?
Let me see. She has the prettiest pair of Irish eyes and a nice nose.
A Roman nose?
Mm-hmm. Roman all over her face. And a very pretty mouth. A little too big, but pretty just the same.
Or if she were here, Donald, what would you do?
I don't know.
No fooling, Don. What would you do?
Well, I'd probably put my arm around her like this.
Oh, Don. I take back what I said.
About what?
About your not being a hot Romeo.
Katie, you want to go for a ride?
You don't want to go for a ride?
Come back in 10 minutes.
All right.
Say, Donald, why don't you tell that girl that you love her?
Oh, what's the use? She's always running around with some Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Well, maybe if you told her you loved her, she wouldn't go running around like that.
You'd better hurry up. You'll be late for that date.
You know, I've been thinking about that girl you love. And I'm not going out tonight.
Only Scotland.
Fine Where's the cabinet? That's a good idea.
Is that all there is in the horses? Well, I've got one more bottle, but I was thinking of saving it for Christmas.
Come here, boys. Come here. I want to show you something. Look, look. Bend down. Bend down. Look. Did you ever see a finer knob in your life than that?
You've got to go to bed. You've had enough.
They don't make that much. Besides, I know my own capacity.
You might know your own capacity, but like everything else, you overestimate.
The wife knows best. Don't worry now. Step outside there and I'll join in the jiffy.
Well, good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Mrs. Clancy. Take care. He'll be right with you. Now we got to have that other bottle.
Well, I suppose I might as well get
Oh,
to
yes.
you. Something else? Get rid of the fruit, but I got a cork in it.
Well, they naturally have a cork in it. All bottles have corks in them.
Wait a minute. I'll open it with the screw.
That's too small and tiny. That was made for cuts or for children. This is the way to open the bottle.
Hey, come on, you broken my heart. What we doing? Hold it there, boy. Hold it there. Oh, God, boys. You take this macaroni and you do like a straw.
That's a good idea. That's a mighty good idea. A fine spot for me to be in, with 5 thirsty, sipping Scotchmen. If I only had a dipper. I feel like the mother of a litter of Airedales. You're like another pussycat. Aggie, you'll have to get some more of that insect powder. How in the world do you expect a man to think with that thing going on?
Now, little girls and boys, I will tell you a bedtime story all about the 3 bears. The great big bear, the medium bear, and the little bear.
You and your 3 bears. What do you mean by trying to frighten children? That'll stop him. That must be Saunders.
Good evening, Mr. Clancy.
Come in, Mr. Saunders.
I got here just as soon as I could, Miss Clancy.
Sit down there. Tell me. Just what is this margin business?
Just this. There's been a sharp decline in stocks. I came out to get your check so that I can protect you when the market opens in the morning.
But I've already given you margin money.
Sorry, but I'll leave some more.
More installments. Ha! By golly, you're getting to be just like Levi and Goldberg.
This is very serious. If you don't give me the money, you're apt to lose everything you've got in it.
Do you mean I'll be broke?
Well, I'm afraid you will be if you don't give me the money before the market opens in the morning.
Well. Ha! That's the best news I've heard in months. I'm glad, Mr. MacIntosh. Sit down, Mac, and take a load off your feet. Freddie, you and I'll be stepping in the kitchen, and we'll fix up this little matter. You'll be excusing us for a minute? Listen. I thought you told me that this stock would always make money.
I believe it will, Mr. Clancy. Why, the stock's as good as gold. It'll come back.
Well, then, if that's the case, why not let them fellas down there wait?
But business isn't done that way.
Well, it's a lot of money. In fact, I've got to give you a company check for it.
Now, don't you worry about that. You'll get your money back in a day or two.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
Michael don't seem like himself tonight at all.
Michael has not been in salt for many nights.
Oh, hello, folks. Hello, Katie. Are you going down to the station to see Donald?
I just left him to finish packing.
I suppose you'll be lonely when the boy goes way out west to Indianapolis.
Aye. But it's a grand opportunity, and he'll not be gone so long.
Oh, no. Won't you sit down, Andy?
Thank you.
Well, I'm all ready. This is just a little going-away present for Donald.
Oh, that'll be a nice surprise for him.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Clancy. This will make everything okay. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Good evening.
Saunders?
Boo. What do you say we take a little ride?
Well, maybe some other time. You see, I'm going down to see Donald off. He's leaving for the West tonight.
Yes, of course. Well, why can't we take him down?
Oh, well, that'll be nice.
Where is he?
Oh, he'll be along in a minute.
Come on, we'll wait for him down in the car.
Oh, Dad, when Donald comes along, tell him I'll be downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Clancy, this check will be okay without your partner's signature?
Certainly.
Are you using the firm's money for gambling?
Now, don't get excited. I'm only using it for a couple of days.
But I told you I'd have nothing to do with it.
Well, you haven't got anything to do with it. I'm doing.
But you're using the firm's money.
Well, it's as much my money as it's yours, ain't it?
'Tis nae the money, man. If 'twas for yourself, Mackle, or for your family, you could hae it. But not for gambling.
You're right, Mac. It's fine dresses, limousines and diamonds I'll be wearing, is it? I'll be doing good if I'm getting the money for the rent. If
Say,
this
will
keeps
you
on.
keep your mouth out of this?
Well, I'll be just...
Keep your mouth, that's enough.
There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you, Mackle. But I'm trying to stop you from making a fool of yourself.
A fool of myself? Well, let me tell you that there's plenty of smart fools.
Would you ruin us both? You can nae use the firm's money, and that's final.
Oh, that's final, is it? Very well, then. I take my money out of the firm. And that's final.
Mackle, you mean you'd split our partnership? Would you let a little thing like this come between us after all these years?
A little thing. A little thing. And me suffering from margin trouble. Well, once and for all, will you let me have the money?
No. Night, Mrs. Clancy.
He's a fine friend.
Sure, and Michael Mack is a good friend.
He don't know the meaning of the word.
Michael, I don't know why you and Mac have to fight like that.
I don't want you to mention that man's name to me again. Of all the sample snitching, sample eating Scotsmen.
Hello, folks. Hello, John.
Where's Peggy?
She's gone out.
Gone? Where?
Never you be minded where she is. She's in good company.
What's the trouble?
Go and ask your generous father.
Fine. Goodbye, darling.
We ain't gonna close the door. He did that on purpose. Stab me in the back.
Wonder what's keeping your Donald?
Oh, he'll be along in a minute.
Why don't you try to get your mind off the boyfriend and kind of give me a little break?
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of funny that way.
I get it.
Oh, Donald, there you are. Oh, Mr. Saunders is going to drive us to the station.
Thanks very much, but guess I'll walk.
Well, Donald.
You seem to be in good company. Be careful of flat tires.
Thanks.
Guess I'll take the air. Goodbye.
Oh, Donald. Donald.
Of course, you've entered into this dissolution of partnership of your own free will.
He'll do anything that's free.
And you are both of sane minds?
Hey, Medusa.
Well, that concludes the transaction. I bid you good day, gentlemen.
He's no gentleman.
Hello? Yes? This is Clancy and MacIntosh. Yes? Oh. For you, Mr. Clancy.
Hello. Oh, hello, Freddie. Is that you? Yes. What? My stock has gone up 40 points. Oh. Well, how much is that in money? Well, I'd like to take it to the Waldorf Astoria for lunch. It's torn down. When did that happen? Well, stay wherever you are. I'll be right down. Yes. Well, that's that. That's my tobacco. That is, it was my tobacco.
Wait a minute. Half of that picture is mine.
Well, the best half is mine. There's your heart.
Donald, my lad. Aye, it's good to hear you home again.
It's great to be back, too, Dad. Skippy. Surely. Thank you. Are the Clancys moving, Dad?
Aye, so it seems. When people get rich, old friends and old neighborhoods are soon forgotten.
I hope the canary don't get cold on a pound.
Don't worry, Freddie has a fine closed car.
Oh, it don't seem quite right leaving the old place. With all its cricks and cracks, it was still home.
Right you are, Maggie. We had many a battle here.
Michael Clancy, for 20 years I've been asking you to fix that thing.
Don't worry. We won't be bothered with that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Teddy. All right, Mother, I'm coming.
Careful, don't drop that last bit.
Oh, go on, go on.
Oh, Mother, I'll be down in a minute. Oh, excuse me.
Certainly.
Oh, hello.
Reading it?
Yes.
Seems strange without you here.
Well, it's been strange without you here, Donald.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Oh, when did you get back?
Looks like I got back just in time to say goodbye.
Oh, Donald. Just because you're moving uptown, that doesn't mean goodbye.
Why, Katie, do you mean that you still...
Katie! Katie! What? Just as I thought. Wasting your time. Well, I'm surprised. And keeping a gentleman like Mr. Saunders waiting. Come on, hurry up now and make it snappy.
Well, goodbye, Katie. I guess your father's right. You mustn't keep Mr. Saunders waiting.
Oh, I don't care. Let him wait. I don't care if he waits there the rest of his life.
Why, Katie, do you mean that?
Of course.
On the level?
But don't you believe me?
Oh, Katie. Excuse me. Thank you. And just think, the moving wagon might have taken you out of my life forever.
Oh, Donnie. There's never been anybody but you.
Gee, Katie, I'm going to sound like an awful sap, but I love you.
Oh, Donnie, that's what I wanted you to say that night on the fire escape.
Katie! 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 Chloride? Would you mind answering that doorbell? Your dinner is... Well, Nora! 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 Would you mind answering the front doorbell?
I can't. I'm dressed.
You're dressing? Hi, Gary, a woman is never dressed. Wait a minute now, wait a minute. I'll be right out there as soon as I get this newfangled thing on. If MacIntosh ever saw me in this, he'd think I've gone to the dogs entirely. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Well, Mrs. Clancy said she needed a plumber. Are you one? Aye. Nora, what was it you wanted the plumber to fix?
Is Mr. MacIntosh there?
The plumber is here.
It's the pipe underneath the sink in the kitchen. Thank you so much for coming up to MacIntosh.
It's a pleasure to do it for you, Mrs. Clancy. So now, the neighbors complain. Step this way. Would you mind stepping out there and wiping off your feet? We're a little bit fussy about our oriental rugs. And would you mind eliminating that soft coal burner you have there? The odor is very disconcerting. Thank you. In passing out towards the kitchen, don't annoy any of the bric-a-brac.
I suppose you've got some old family heirlooms.
Hey, both male and female. Don't let that bag of tools of yours strike that genuine Manchurian antique. Those are bulbs, genuine bulbs from Spitulia. Is that so? Come. Here is your department. Sir Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind getting some newspapers to put down so this man won't soil the floor?
Yes, sir.
Are you quite sure you understand this type of work, my good man?
Don't take much brain. I had a partner who did it for years.
Pardon me, this noise distracts me very much. You'll have to excuse me when I go to my boudoir.
That's what I think it is. That's where you belong. Must be great working for wealthy people.
Mr. Clancy, he's a mighty smart man. Yes, sir, he practically admits that he knows more than any man on Wall Street. And he's used to the finest of them. I heard him say myself that he comes from the nobility of Ireland.
Aye?
Yes.
Oh, the gods have gifted us to see ourselves as others see us.
Lordy, you speak foreign language too.
Good evening, Mrs. Clancy.
What?
Oh, I thought you were a lady.
Oh, you did, eh? What's the matter? Can't you get that thing back on there again?
If I can't, I don't know who can.
Well, I can, and quicker and better than you can.
Oh, a jack of all trades.
Yes, and a master at this one. There's it. As good as new. What do you say to that?
I'll send you a bill in the morning.
He's still Scotch. You're not all enjoying yourself.
Michael,
What?
will you have a dimmer taffy?
Will I have a what?
A cup of coffee.
I will that. Can you spare this? I'm not robbing you, am I? From the looks of the size of these cups, you'd think a midget lived here. Speaking of midgets, did you ever hear the story of the midget that married the washwoman? And got his adenoids caught in the ringer? I know a lot of other stories. But I can't think of them just now. Yeah.
That'll do. You were lucky to get away with that one.
I guess I was at that.
Don't do that.
I can't help it.
Hold your breath and count 10 to go away.
It's gone.
Sure, that always works.
Count yourself 10.
You know what I wish?
No, what?
I wish we were somewhere where we could be alone. Just you and me.
What's the matter with it here?
Oh, too many people.
Oh, but there's safety in numbers.
Oh, then you think I'm not safe?
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, but that's what you were thinking. You know, I could make you like me.
Did you say make?
Sure. Look at the money I made your father.
Oh, you did that too?
Well, nobody else but.
I think we'd better join the others.
We're having a lovely evening, aren't we?
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, Mrs. Stoker. Yes? Do you know the cadenza from Christmas? Yes. I'll sing it for you.
I was afraid of that.
Sure, you take the majority millionaires to New York. They all started from the very bottom, didn't they? And gradually worked themselves up. But then what happened? They all had their own private cars, stables, horses, polo fields. As I was saying, I'm a very shrewd man. You're a smart man, Mr. Clancy. Well, I always knew that stock was going to go high. But not that high. And I'd never be satisfied. But as I said, when I started to play the market, if I had started to play the market 10 years ago today, I could have signed me check, but... Stop it! What's the... Oh, I beg your pardon.
I'm not singing another note.
Well, I was hoping that.
What?
That was a fox pass on my part. I was saying that I would hope you would. Just a slip of the tongue.
I was never so insulted in all my life.
Perhaps you never sang in public before. I think that'll hold her for a while.
Why, I'll never come here again.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Clancy, not talking business, but that piece of property is a great buy. And if you don't speak quickly, you'll lose it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how the market goes, eh, Freddie?
You won't have long to wait, Governor.
Why don't you sell your stock and retire?
Retire? When I'm making money so easy?
In the meantime, don't overlook that car. That's a bargain, too. Nice and snappy. It's the kind of a car Miss Kathleen would like to drive.
Well, you know, I was thinking about that car. That would be a nice present for Katie and, Freddie.
Oh, is this an engagement?
Well, I owe a lot to Freddie, and I think a lot of Freddie. And they make up their minds that they want to be married, why, every dollar I have in the world will go to them.
Please, Father.
Well, now listen, Katie, it's time you were thinking of your bridal night. And just think of the fun you're going to have in spooning and honeymooning and Niagara Falls.
Now you embarrass the poor child.
Well, wait a minute. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Why, Katie, what's the matter?
Father, please let me alone.
But what'll our friends and Freddie think?
I don't care what they think.
I suppose this is some more of Donald MacIntosh's doing.
Well, at least he's real. And not like a lot of parasites I know.
Well, that sounds a lot like Mike's shoe to bow out.
Listen, don't pay any attention to her, Freddie.
That's all right, Mr. Clancy. I don't need a red light to show me an exit.
Jim, we better return.
I think so. It's about time.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Clancy. Good night. Lovely.
Noreen!
Well, good night, Mr. Clancy. Good night, Mr. Clancy. Sure. Good night, Mr. Clancy. Good to see you again.
Good night.
Good day.
Good evening.
Good night.
Well, I'm glad this day is over. Where? Now, that daughter of yours certainly gave a fine exhibition of temper tonight before all of our friends. And that's the result of an education, is it? Well, let me tell you something. She'll hear from me in the morning. I'll tell her a few things. Tell me what to do. I'll have this settled now and for all. Madam, your daughter deliberately insulted me here last night before me friends.
Don't forget she's your daughter and her name is Clancy.
Yes, well,
What is it, Father?
I want to talk to you.
What for?
For the way you disgraced me last night and your manner towards Mr. Saunders.
Well, I never cared for Mr. Saunders, and I never will.
You never will. Well, I want to tell you this. I'm not going to have you caring for that Donald MacIntosh.
Well, I'll care for whom I please.
Oh, you will? Well, let me tell you something, young lady. If you do, I'll disinherit you. And furthermore, while you're in this house, you'll do as I say.
All right, then I'll go.
Katie, come back here.
Now do you see what you've done? You've driven her out of the house. Oh.
Well, she's always doing something I don't want her to do.
Oh, with all the millions that you're going to make and your fine fancy friends. You're just an old fool. There's no fool like an old fool.
Oh, I'm an old fool, am I? Well, let me tell you something. You're no geranium yourself.
There's the telephone.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I have 2 ears of my own, and one of them's good. Hello? Yes, this is Mr. Clancy. Who's calling? Oh, Miriam Company. Well, how much margin money will you be wanting? Let me speak to Mr. Saunders. He's gone out. But why didn't he call me this morning before he left? And I'll be right down. In the meantime, if he comes in, tell him to call me before I get there. Yes. This is a fine morning for me. With all the trouble that little whippersnapper has caused me, the bottom has fallen out of the market. But I want to tell you something. I want you to go out and get Katie and have her here by the time I get back. And from now on, I'm going to be the boss of this house, and nobody else. I take orders from nobody. As long as I provide, I'll have the say. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And remember that you're no bargain.
Ah, shut up.
Oh, this is terrible, disastrous. Oh, and I've got to start life all over again. And me, with diabetes at 60.
I know just how you feel. And think of me, with Atlas pipe. At 70.
Very good.
Who else?
Freddie, you're just the man I want to see. Tell me, how do I stand?
As far as you're concerned, you're wiped out.
Everything?
Everything.
My Atlas pipe, that busted too?
Completely.
But why didn't you call me up?
Now, look at here. In a falling market like this, it's all I can do to take care of my firm's business without worrying myself about a false alarm like you.
False alarm? Yes, well, a false alarm. Perhaps the boy is right. Hey, is that yours? Nora! Nora! Katie! Katie! Is there anybody home?
Michael Clancy, you're an old fool.
Come in.
How are you, Knuckles?
Well, what do you want?
I was just coming down to talk over something with you.
I don't think we have anything to talk about.
But this concerns the happiness of our two children.
I'll have nothing to do with it. I've disinherited her.
No matter what you've done, in the end you'll have nothing to say about it. They'll do as they like. If it hadn't been for me, they'd been married now.
You mean to say that you don't want your boy to marry my daughter?
No. Not unless you give your consent.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. They'll never get any money out of me anyhow. Mine is all gone.
I was afraid you was hard hit.
I haven't a thing left.
Oh, yes, you have. There's a little shop down on 10th Avenue, and the sign still reads Clancy and MacIntosh. What do you say, Michael?
You mean that we'll be partners again?
Yes, Michael.
Clancy and MacIntosh. Oh, Katie, darling. Katie, me darling. Daniel, me boy. Since as blind as a bat I've been, will you try and forgive me?
Oh, Daddy.
Well, there won't be any diamonds or limousines for a wedding present. I'm broke. Everything is gone.
Michael, dear, we still have each other. And the furniture.
Yeah, the furniture goes back to Levi and Goldberg.
Oh, no, it won't. When I buy anything, it's paid for.
Where? Then, I'm just as well off as I ever was.
Aye, and you've got a son-in-law in the bargain.
And Michael, dear, someday you may be having a little grandson.
Well, if you ever do, take my advice and don't have them on margin. No, he'll be clinching.
Upon